pull off every single penny out of the crypto now. Because in the near future, we are going to witness the biggest crisis ever, the biggest downfall, and the biggest dump ever in the history of crypto. So forget everything and take every single penny out of it before it gets too late. Why am I talking like that? What is happening here? Some of you may not have any idea what is going on here. What am I talking about, right? If you hold any kind of crypto, legitimately, this video is for you. Because it is going to be a very hard time for the crypto world in the near future, maybe the next year. And the key reason behind this downfall will be the war between the country of China and the country of Taiwan. And this is certainly going to hamper the crypto worse than you could ever imagine. And how is this going to happen? Be in this video till the end, you will figure out how things are going to be in the near future. So let us dive straight into the video. This is not the first time the world is going to witness a war. We have already seen the effects of the Russia-Ukraine war on the global economy, right? And this is the second time a war is about to happen. And it is expected that this one will be much worse than the previous one, especially when it comes to crypto. And I will tell you why. But before that, let us throw some light upon the background of the whole scene. How did all this chaos start? This began in 1895 when the Sino-Japanese had just ended. At that time, Taiwan was put under the Japanese Empire. And almost for 5 decades, it was known as Formosa, the new name after the war. But when the Japanese Empire got collapsed after the World War in 1945, Taiwan shook hands with China to come back on track after the destruction and the downfall. But China was also not in a very good situation at that time. China was struggling with its internal tensions, and a civil war was close. The conflict between Nationalist Party and the Communist Party was rising. However, Nationalist Party took a fallback and left China. It went to Taiwan and resided there. And now, the conflict between these parties had transformed into a conflict between two countries. Now, jumping directly to 2022, when all this got heated up again. Despite China's warning, the USA sent one of the high-profile leaders, Nancy Pelosi, to Taiwan. And this offended China badly. And this is how the situation got so heated up, and this heat is certainly going to damage or destroy the global economy as well as the crypto scenario. If you remember, when the war between Russia and Ukraine was engaged, we saw a big oil crisis around the world, right? As Russia is a prime exporter of it. Similarly, China, being one of the biggest manufacturers as well as the supplier of the chips around the world, we are definitely going to face a huge crisis in this sector too. Hey, not potato chips, okay? These chips are used in semiconductors. These chips are very important for the economy because any stuff, which includes technology, is based on these semiconductors. Be it cars, your cell phones, computers, and even the headsets you are wearing right now also have semiconductors in them. Anyways, we already know that after the COVID-19 pandemic, there has already been a shortage of those chips going on the market, which made the global economy handicapped. Countries like Malaysia and Singapore are already suffering from this chip crisis, and the manufacturing of cars has been halted there over time. But gradually, all this was being healed up. But after this news, things might take a U-turn. And other than China, on the other side, Taiwan leads the exports of chips around the whole world. So, it is obvious that the top players in this field are going to engage in war. Then the crisis of chips, which was already there, will go multiple times bigger than now. And it may go bigger than you are expecting it to be. And the experts are constantly suggesting that, right now, do not get into a big trade. Do not put a big amount, and it is better that right now, do not even invest a single buck. Because what is going to happen and how things are going to be, no one knows exactly. And it is better to be on the safer side instead of being in a position where the risk is expected to be more than the profit or return. And one more very important thing. If you are willing to trade instead of all of this, I would strongly suggest you do not trade without a stop loss. However, I'm strongly against conducting a trade right now. But if you are too optimistic, I would recommend again that you do not conduct trade without stopping loss. And if you are a Bitcoin holder, this is for you. Bitcoin and altcoin markets are considered in the category of risky assets by many crypto experts. As such, they were negatively affected by the tension between China and Taiwan. The ongoing tension between Taiwan and China reached its peak on Wednesday. And the US and Chinese Navy vessels were mobilized. The Japanese Air Force was also involved in the process. And all this tension caused the Bitcoin price to fall to $22,600 during the day. However, Bitcoin and altcoin markets, which declined until Pelosi's plane landed, then managed to rise above $23,000, thankfully. Although the leading cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is described as digital gold, and any increase in regional tensions and war threats have negatively affected the price of this digital gold. All this while, the price of real gold has increased, while Bitcoin and altcoins have faced losses. Considering the historical data, it is safe to predict that BTC and altcoin markets will experience a major decline in the event of war between both countries. Because, if you remember, when Russia started the invasion of Ukraine, Bitcoin almost crashed. All we could do is to follow the news flows closely throughout the process. Traders must follow the latest developments and updates. Now, the question is, what asset to invest in? Gold. Yes, in the previous Russia-Ukraine war, gold was the asset that made everyone happy. And this is kind of the same situation as well. And in the past few weeks, gold is reaching heights. It made a 4-week high, around $1,795.29 on Thursday, on the escalation of China-Taiwan military tension and hopes of a Fed Powell pause. Gold was already buoyed after Fed's meeting on 27th July, in which, although Fed hiked plus 0.75% as unanimously expected. Gold was hovering around 1,720 before Fed and jumped to 1,775 levels after Fed by August 1st and further surged to 1,795 levels on 4th August on the old appeal of a haven asset amid Chinese war drilling over Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. And not even this. Gold further jumped Thursday evening after Japan's foreign ministry said 5 Chinese missiles fired had landed within Japan's exclusive economic zone. However, on Friday, gold slipped from $1,795.29 after China imposed some symbolic sanctions on U.S. House Speaker Pelosi and stopped some military and climate talks with the U.S. over Pelosi's adventurous trip to Taiwan. It further slipped and made a panic low of $1,764.88. But after then, it recovered to some extent to close around $1,774.15. So, this is the current situation for now, and we need to keep following how things will turn out in the near future with the increasing tensions between the two countries. And that is it for today, guys. I hope you found this video informative and surely learned something from it. And if you found this helpful, please like this video and give a big thumbs up. And yeah, do let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this scenario, what will happen ultimately. And with this being said, let us end this video right here. But before leaving, I would request you to kindly subscribe to this channel for this kind of amazing and super informative content. And yes, do not forget to press the bell icon so that whenever we upload, you get the notification of it simultaneously. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.